Hello one and all, and welcome to Behind the Glass, your weekly automotive podcast hosted by two rather uninformed enthusiasts.
No.
I'm Sam from the YouTube channel Seen Through Glass.
I'm Tony from Goodwood car sales.
And you can watch us each week. We hope you enjoy the episode.
You alright? Oh, mate.
I'm giving some ASMR. That was a live... That was me trialing Tony's new coffee machine.
No. It's not my method. I need drink from a coffee shop.
Oh,
I've had one of them coffees. It's not for me, mate. This the lad who I work with. He drinks that.
Right. Okay, well, let's explain. You join us at the lovely Gravelwood Car Sales Handover Bay, just outside Brands Hatch in Kent.
Yeah. Leafy Kent.
Leafy Kent. Yep. We're here today to bring you our latest episode. We are flanked by some lovely cars, big old Land Rover Discovery, a Mercedes C63 wagon, and a stunning Golf R, actually. And yes, when I arrived this morning, I was told that there's a brand new coffee machine that I had to experience.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to be honest, as a coffee snob, I was like intrigued.
Yeah.
Came around the corner, discovered that this brand new coffee machine is essentially an espresso.
Okay.
It's like a sidestep from an espresso. I don't want to be like super, I don't want to be like a dick, but I was like,
Don't want to be ungrateful.
And yeah, everyone goes, mate, you want to have a coffee? I got try. And I was like, I actually don't really need a coffee and I don't want one of those. It's actually all right.
It's drinkable.
It's drinkable.
Right.
It's quite strong.
Yeah, good.
Which I am a fan of.
You need it, mate.
Sometimes I do.
Start shaking.
I'll give it like a 5.5 out of 10.
All right, well, I'll take that.
For customers coming down to Gravelwood.
Yeah. We'll do an instant one.
Yeah. Make up your own mind.
Yeah.
Lots to discuss. Well, actually, I say lots to discuss. This week, we are doing our Agony Aunt section.
Oh.
Remember last week, I teased the fact that we were going to get people to send in their car buying dilemmas.
Yeah.
And we were going to try and solve them.
Oh.
So we've got a whole load of comments from last week's episodes being like, I've got 40 grand and I want a 4-seater convertible sports car. You know, we've got all that kind of stuff to get into.
Lovely. Look forward to that.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And I guarantee you our answers are going to be completely different.
Completely.
But before we get there, a few things to catch up on. Firstly, let's discuss the car that I arrived in this morning, because I actually think you were a little bit excited when you popped out and saw me arrive.
Well, I was, yeah, because I just heard a little bit of a rumbling and I thought, is that Sam? And I thought, no, he's coming. He's Panamera. It sounds like a V8. He hasn't got a V8, despite that I said the other week that it has got a V8. Yeah. So anyway, I rushed out the door, popped my head through, and there it was. Nice, brand spanking new SL63 AMG.
A lovely bit of kit, isn't it?
Lovely bit of kit,
I have
mate.
been loaned it for the week by Mercedes, so shout out Mercedes UK.
Yeah.
It's a funny one because the internet has not been very nice about that car.
No.
Since it launched, people have just kind of knocked it, said it's confused, like it didn't know its own identity. But I was like, I don't care. Because I don't know about you. I don't often listen to what other people say about cars.
Ever.
Well, you especially.
Literally never.
If it disagrees with what you already thought, it's wrong.
It's completely wrong.
But yeah, because you know, we all have different opinions.
Absolutely.
Look
It's
at
the
us.
beauty of it.
Great pals.
Yeah.
We don't always agree on what we like or what we think is good and bad.
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever. So I was like, you know, people might not like this, but I might. I like the way it looks. And I've got a bit of a crush on Mercedes at the minute.
Yeah, I think they've now, for a few years, they nail the styling, you know. They look really nice and sleek and modern, don't they?
Well, yes and no. You know what? We on this podcast, we bang on about BMW all the time. And I think we've said, Mercedes seem a bit confused and a bit lost, not as lost and confused as Audi. But anyway, for some reason, since Monterey Car Week, I've just been like, I'm liking a Mercedes. And I had that amazing experience with the EQS AMG. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I think how brilliant that car was.
My mate Daly's one of them.
Really?
Does, yeah.
The Larry 63 one or the 450 Plus?
Oh, I think it's the Plus one.
Yeah, that's the one that I've been looking at too.
Good range.
Great range, accurate range.
Yeah.
All the tech felt modern, felt futuristic, like just nice. I think where I struggle with Mercedes is the disparity or the breadth of their product. So you can have a GLA to help me out. 350D or whatever.
Yeah, well, 200.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Up to the 35 or 45 AMG. And to me, they're completely different products.
And there's millions in between.
Millions in between.
Diesel, petrol, electric.
Yeah.
There's loads of them.
For me, I love the really high-end premium Merc stuff, which feels like proper Mercedes. So, S-classes and amazing, EQE premium this and G-Wagons. The kind of run-of-the-mill affordable stuff I struggle with. Yeah,
because Mercedes always used to be like the American, German powerhouse muscle car kind of brand.
Super premium. Like super premium engineering, built with these incredible components. The S-Class always represented the latest technology.
Yeah.
And I just feel like recently, because they've been trying to sell to the masses, they
got a little bit more clinical with their AMG stuff because they're always trying to fight BMW and Porsche and stuff and make it a bit more of a driving experience. But then the ride is often compromised for that reason. And most modern Mercedes now are actually more uncomfortable than the BMW.
Well, and funny you should say that, because that SL on the drive here, firmer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Like, I assumed the SL was going to be a bit of a wafter.
That's what it should be.
A big, powerful wafter.
Yeah.
But it definitely feels very sports car-y.
Yeah, I think it's confused. I mean, I've not driven it, but from what you're saying, it sounds a bit confused, that car, which is probably why it's had a lot of negative reviews. I think you should probably look at that car as a because SLs have always been the comfortable wafting car. You've always got to have grey hair or no hair to have one.
All right, so I fit perfectly.
No, well, you fit one of them.
Salt and pepper.
You literally, and you go out a couple of times a week to get the newspaper, or you go for a nice jaunt with your wife and have a bit of dinner. And now, obviously, these manufacturers, they make cars for everyone. They're obviously aiming at a younger demographic, which is why they've made it more sporty, more leery.
Well, and just to continue my point, there's also 15 versions of this car.
Yeah,
there's like
a
SL44 or 43. I think it's a 40.
Is it a 43 or 45? But
anyway,
whatever. It's a 40-something.
There's a 55.
Yep.
There's the 63, and then there's going to be a 63E Performance. That might just be for the coupe, actually. Anyway, there's such a variety.
Yeah, and there's probably a 400 as well. There's probably like a normal one as well.
Maybe. But it's very, very nice.
Yeah.
I've struggled to get used to the infotainment. I've literally just picked it up this morning, by the way. It got dropped off yesterday. I picked it up this morning, and it's the first time I've been driving it. It's taken me a while to get used to where everything is on the screens and stuff, like the buttons or the way to actually operate the roof seemed overly complicated.
Really?
It's like, it took me forever to find the button. I was looking at this tiny little button on the just below the screen. I pushed it, which then opened up a menu on the screen.
Oh my God.
And I had to swipe something over to the side and hold it in place.
Why?
I don't know. And maybe there's a quicker and easier way, but I haven't found out yet.
Right.
So that annoyed me. Then all the different driving modes and driving controls. It feels like about 55 different ways to activate things and push things. And I kept pushing the wrong one and the wrong time. And then I was hitting the rev limiter because I didn't realize I was in manual. You know what I mean? Just like a bit messy. It was a bit of a messy drive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, God, this is nice.
And because you're in the 63, I know you've only basically driven it here. Is it nice and throaty and loud?
It's definitely got a rumble to it.
Okay, good.
It's definitely not loud because no new cars are, but it's got a rumble to it. It's nicely insulated with the roof up. The only thing is, it just feels massive on a UK road. It feels like a big car. You remember the old AMG GT always felt big inside?
Yeah.
The cabin layout felt like your passenger was miles away.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like that, but it just feels big on the road. I looked at the stats. It's just over 1,900 millimeters.
Wow.
I mean, it's approaching Range Rover size.
Not quite.
Not quite. It's just under, but it's big. And then all that power, all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, whatever. Weight, I don't know. Actually, no. I would guess, I'm going to say 2.1.
Yeah. 2 ton is where I thought it would be.
Weight. Let's see what comes up on. Do you do this now? When you Google, you get an AI result. Have you seen that?
Don't Google it.
And I always get US results, which annoys me.
Annoying.
Yeah. But I guess, what was your guess?
About 2 ton.
About 2 tons. So I'm going to say 2.1. Here we go. Let's go for piston heads.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to know what's going on, aren't they? 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2. Scrolling. Well, Well, they're not talking about it.
We
right
can't be far off.
We can't be far
It's
off.
got to be around that.
But I don't want to say it with confidence because someone in the comments will go, oh no, here we go. 2,048 kilos. So bang in the middle of the two of us. But it does feel like it. You know,
Yeah, okay.
some cars hide their weight well. Yeah. Let's see. I've got it
Okay.
for a week. I'm going to go out filming with it tomorrow. I've got a lot of time to film with it, but I've got a lot of time to spend with it. So I'm intrigued. And actually so intrigued that I started thinking, I wonder what these are going for now. Because, you know, new, 170 grand, starting price. So I bet that car's 180 something. So I thought, let's have a little look. And this brings a perfect opportunity to bring back Stock Watch. Checking out stock on the internet. Stock Watch.
Mate, can you just relay a song? Can the editor just do that, please? When it's time to do... So we haven't got to listen to that high-pitched,
What do you mean?
awful scream.
People love it.
No, they don't, mate.
Stock Watch.
Just like...
Somebody said it as their ringtone, they told me.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Someone told me once when the phone rings, my face comes up.
Really?
A fan?
That's a bit worrying.
I'm joking.
I'd say that's a stalker. Okay.
Got him.
Anyway, so I said, 170 starting price. There is one for sale at Mercedes-Benz of Whitfield. 2,600 miles, 2023 car, 114 grand. A really nicely spec car, beautiful thing. So, I mean, straight away, I'm like...
Oh, that's a demo.
No one buy this new. Because this looks like, well, a dumpster fire of money. Which is, would you say this is a Bentley Continental GTC rival or this is too sporty?
If what you're telling me, I've not driven it, but I've driven lots of modern Mercs. From what you're telling me, it's way too
sporty.
firm.
But I was going to say, it's not unheard of for a premium Mercedes to lose a lot of money.
Mate, the old ones used to.
Yeah.
They literally used to they were just over 100 grand, and after a year or two, they were half the value.
Well, there's a 55 AMG, which I'm going to say might be the one to have, 90 grand.
Same engine.
Same engine.
Detuned.
Same engine, detuned. I bet it's got a few other bits that are not on it. Like I bet there's like a limited slip diff or something like that. Which, so there'll be something on there that, the 63 kept. But based on my short drive this morning, which was an hour and a half, something like that, I don't think you need all that power.
No.
I know in this day and age, 570 or 580 horsepower that 63 has isn't that much, but it's still too much.
It's way too much.
And if you're just going to kind of waft along with the roof down, I think at 90 odd grand, especially when you then look, because I thought it really reminds me of the GTC, the old AMG GTC, which was a wicked car.
Yeah, you like that, didn't you?
I love that. 76 grand.
Yeah.
So auto100.co.uk, shout out for your stunning blue and Clemmer 2018 GTC. I mean, maybe that's the car to have. Only 8,800 miles, 77 grand, stunning. Your mate down the road or at the pub isn't going to know that that's not a brand new car.
Not if you put a plate on it, no.
No.
Private plate
Only
on
nerds go, so that one's an 18 plate.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
Anyone knows how to read a number plate,
No,
mate.
I know, but it looks like a new model. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And we know how brilliant those cars were.
Until you look inside.
Well, infotainment tech-wise for sure, but design-wise, the interior is pretty. You want to get a picture of the
How old's
interior?
that car?
2018, 8,000 miles. Look at that.
I don't think that's even got Apple CarPlay.
Probably not.
I mean, that does look 10 years old.
It does actually look 10 years old. That is shocking.
That's terrible.
I was trying to defend it, but that interior genuinely could be from a 2012 C63 estate.
Yeah.
How is that a thing? That's awful.
But that was unbelievable, that tech 10 years ago. It's just
I'm not sure in 2018 it was.
No, it wasn't, because they kept leaving it in the car. Just go and spend 170 grand and buy the proper one.
No,
you only live once.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Hold on a second. I wanted to look at something very quickly. So the GTC is 550 horsepower.
Yeah.
And the new
So will that be?
SL is 470 horsepower. So you can get a GTC for 15 grand less, which has nearly 100 horsepower more.
Yeah.
Go and buy the GTC.
Yeah.
Auto100.co.uk. Watch out. The internet is coming for your stunning 2018 8,800 miles GTC.
Yeah.
What a winner.
We want 10% on that.
Yeah. Should we do that? That's the new part of Stockwatch. If we shout you out, you have to send us commission.
You're getting an invoice.
Well, there we go. That's the end of Stockwatch. Checking out stock on the internet for you. Stockwatch. Wow.
This is finished now.
Yeah.
Cancelled.
Let's pick up on a story that we touched on last week about BMW. A lot of people were very upset that we were slagging off BMW, but
No.
that people were like going like, BMW aren't in trouble. What are you on about? Everyone, this is fine.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, Autocar are reporting that BMW lowers 2024 profit forecast as 1.5 million cars await break fix. I think last time we said it was like 100 and something thousand or 200 and something thousand. It's now up to 1.5 million cars still awaiting the break fix. But you told me that maybe there's a solution in place.
There is a fix, and it's not like a don't drive recall. It's a
stop sale, not a stop drive. It's a stop sale.
Yeah, so
and they are slowly fixing it.
There is a fix for it now. I was told the other day that there's genuinely a fix. So these problems will filter out.
Fine. So hopefully by Christmas you can buy a next one.
But this, like I said to you last week, mate, this literally happens all the time.
I know it does, but this does seem prolific.
Fair.
I think 1.5 million cars. Yeah, that's a pretty big fix. So I just wanted to pick up on that. So last week I didn't put out a main channel video.
Why?
Well, I was doing something quite exciting, something quite time consuming. Got to be honest. I went down to Silverstone because I was involved in an amazing project that Lego did with McLaren.
Nice.
So they built a full-size Lego Technic McLaren P1.
Lego. Oh, wow.
So a full-size,
how long did that
exact dimensions. It was something like 8,000 hours of, I think, development time and 6,000 hours in build or production. Like,
oh, wow.
340,000 parts, like 400 different Lego Technic elements. It moved.
Can you imagine if Lego give us a box and said, there you go, build a P1 out of that?
I mean, that would be a joke.
Can you imagine?
But to be fair,
flapping.
They gave me the model that us consumers can buy.
Yeah.
So that you get the Lego Technic actual like McLaren P1 that you can go and buy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still like a stupid amount of hours to make.
You had the F1 model, didn't you, as
well?
well?
The F1 model too.
Yeah.
So anyway, this was a real deal thing in collaboration with McLaren, and they built it with an actual powertrain. So
an engine.
Well, yeah, a Lego Technic engineering hybrid system with two twin battery, anyway, electric, 50 kilometers an hour.
Wow.
50 kilometers an hour. And it was driven by Lando Norris.
Did he drive it?
He drove it. So it was this whole piece of content basically celebrating the Lego Technic engineers kind of
Did you film it?
achievement. Yeah, not for me. So this is all for Lego Group's own content.
Nice.
And it was to see whether it could survive a lap around Silverstone. And it was super fun. I guess the content's out. If I'm talking about it, the content's out. So, yes. And everyone cried. Everyone from the Lego group cried. Genuinely.
Did they?
Yep. They all cried.
Because of a sense of achievement?
Because of the sense of achievement. Of like, this is insane. And actually, when you saw it, dude, it was incredible.
Wow.
And this is genuine mind-blowing engineering like that went into it. This is not messing around.
Full scale, as in look like a proper car.
Exact same dimensions.
Wow.
Exact. The only parts on it that weren't Lego Technic elements, the wheels, the physical wheels, and the steering wheel.
Wow.
The brake calipers and discs were Lego Technic elements.
Nice.
Super cool. And anyway, so yeah, good fun. Got to catch up with Lando, who I've met a number of times. He's on very good form. We had a real laugh. Quite interesting when we were filming because we had this kind of like radio rig set up so that I supposedly should talk to him as he made his way around the track. And it cut out at like the third corner. So the production team was saying, okay, ask him to talk around his lap. So I'm going, Lando, mate, if you can hear us, just talk, like, where are you at the moment? Silence.
Was he?
Lando, just give us some information, like just what's going on. Yeah. And then I was like watching him on some monitors. I could see him. And
give us tyre temps.
He was doing, he was weaving. I was like, oh, good idea, mate. Get some temps in there. I was like, but Lando, just talk us through what's going on with you. Nothing. Like just silence. So he got back and I was like, mate, could you hear me? He goes, yes, I could hear you. I was talking the whole time. So apparently he was like talking through his lap, and I was just there going, Lando, can you just talk through the lap?
Did you have to do it again?
No, not at all, because it's wonders of editing and filming. Good. But yeah, really, really good fun. Awesome project to do. He's got some cars, by the way.
Has he?
Oh my God. He's got some whips, mate.
Yeah.
Some of them have been seen on social media. He's got a Miura SV, I think, Carrera GT. He's got a Revuelto.
He's got an SL Gold. One of them Larry.
I don't know if he's got. I don't know if he
or
has
is
got
it a Pagoda he's got?
I think that's George Russell.
Is that George Russell?
I think so, yeah. But he's got nice bits. He's got nice bits, and he's adding nice bits. So it's a really cool project. I'm sure it's available on various Lego platforms if you want to go and check it out.
Nice.
What else has been going on in your world, mate? You've been saying that things have been a little bit slow, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Normally September's busy, but August was like okay.
Okay.
So it's just started off a little bit slow, but the kids have gone back to school now, so maybe people are just reacting a little bit slow. But it should pick up. As most I've changed my stock profiles slightly, so
well, you say that, but I was going to say that I think in here in the old Handover Bay, this feels a little bit premium for you these days.
No,
Merc C63 AMG, a Golf R. I thought you were selling shitters.
No, I mean I am. I mean I've always sold shitters, to be fair.
You really have.
Yeah, but no, predominantly everything under sort of 40, 50 grand, right down to sort of 10, and then there'll be some sub 10 stuff that I've taken in part exchange, and I get it in the workshop, and if it's all right, I'll resell it, sort of thing,
So, and you're sticking there. You're not going back to doing the big jaunty stuff.
Well, do you know what? I've got some space in the other unit now in one of the lockups, so I am actually going to offer to sell some cars on sale return basis. So
is this an exclusive announcement?
I think it could be. Oh
my God! Autocar, are you listening? Gravel car sales back in the mix.
So if you've got some more high end stuff like 100 grand, 150 grand stuff that you want to sell on a sale return basis, send an email, DM, get in touch, and if I can sell it on your behalf, no problems. Commission based, obviously.
Maybe you don't want to talk about this now because you're just trying to get some business, but is it a ball ache trying to sell somebody else's car? Do you know what I mean? Is it easier for you just to buy the car and then you can do what you want and write it down?
Of course it's easier, but I've seen the reason why I'm offering this as well is because people are approaching me and saying I don't really do sale and return everything we own here, so I don't really do it, but if you manage people's expectations and set out the parameters, because not the general public don't really understand this job, so they think we put a car online and it sells within 3 days and that's it, we move on. But unfortunately there's no crystal ball. It can take 3 days to sell, it can take 6 months to sell. It is what it is. So if you set that out and explain that to people, then it is what it is.
Do you remember when you had to sell my dad's Range Rover?
Yeah, that was so funny. Yeah, bless him.
So see if you remember it better than me. I think he had a Range Rover Sport that he wanted to get out of.
Oh.
Came to you. You offered him a buy it now price.
At quite good as well.
Like you said, I'll look after you. Like here's a buy it now price. He said, but we can stick it up on SOR for this. And my dad was like, oh yeah, well that's far too low. Let's do SOR. You went, look, I'll be honest. I don't think it will sell. And it sat there I think he started bugging you about 5 days later, didn't he?
Yeah. So I think we got about a month in, and I ended up buying it off him for less than the original price.
Yeah, exactly.
And you said to him, mate, just buy the car from him.
I said, just get rid of it. I kept saying to my dad, I said, just get rid of it. He said, no. I don't know what I paid for that car, but I paid a considerable amount. That's the thing is, he had no idea what he actually paid for it.
And and obviously I was looking after you, but on the normal stuff, the reason why we don't do sale or returning on the stuff that I sell is because the margins aren't really big enough. The idea is sale or return on the bigger stuff. The margins are bigger, so we as dealers, obviously the risk is higher, so the car loses more money, so we have to have a bigger margin. But on sale or return, the client's taking the risk because it's still their car, so our margin can be less. So that's how it works. So it normally works at about half less.
Fair.
But obviously, if we can sell it.
Yeah, of course. A different challenge.
It's a different, and don't forget a lot of the high end dealers that you see out there. I'm not saying all of them or all of their stock, but a percentage of their stock will be sale or return because that's just how it is.
Well, most of the time when I'm filming stuff, I'm getting invited to dealerships to film stuff. They say, what would you like to drive? Or we've got this.
Yeah.
And I go, that. And they go, cool, we'll ask the owner.
Yeah.
It's most of the time. So if people reach out to me now, I've learned that over the years, when dealerships reach out to me, I always say, what cars do you own? Because I always know we've got more flexibility. I haven't got to go and ask some poor owner if some idiot YouTuber can drive their car for a video. Anyway, you went to Revival this weekend, were you? Did you go down to Goodwood?
I wasn't.
No.
One of my good friends was racing there. Jake Hill finished second in the main race.
In the TT?
Yeah.
What was he driving?
Cobra.
Oh,
yeah. He's a good driver,
lovely.
to be fair. I hate saying that, but he can actually pedal on.
Hopefully he doesn't listen. Yeah. I mean, I think anyone that is, I'm not even going to say competitive, anyone that takes part in any of those races during Revival, pretty good.
You know what I can never get my head around, mate? I mean, the style of driving, because they actually don't go round the track that fast, or they look like they're going absolute, I mean, they are going flat out.
Yeah, some of them are very quick, but yeah.
Yeah. But like, you know, a modern, if you can drive a modern supercar, you go around faster.
Yeah. I think we spoke about this last year around Revival, comparative lap times, but there is a huge difference between going fast in a GT3 around Goodwood and going fast in a 1960s or 40s or whatever, anything.
Mate, it is like literally the whole lap is, you're basically sideways.
Yeah.
The whole lap. The car's just like not in a straight line ever.
Yeah, it's unbelievable,
It's
moving
very
constantly.
Good. Yeah,
some good action. I had a very quick catch up with a few people on their way down. I wasn't able to get down there myself, so again, a few other commitments. But it looked epic. Awful weather. You wouldn't have seen it, but you remember when we went to California, we did the Myers-Manx thing.
Yeah.
When we went to see them. So they've now come on leaps and bounds.
Have they?
And yeah.
Because of us?
Oh. Definitely. Because I think at the start of each day they did a Myers-Manx like parade.
Yeah.
Because the electric car's about to turn up at Quail. They had a couple of different variations on board. Remember when we went to see them, they had that like airplane engine version that they were sticking in the back.
I do.
That's like made it to production now.
Wow.
So like it was really cool, and it's an amazing display. And those things, I know we had that hilarious experience in it, and you thought you were going to die. They were a ton of fun.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
And all the new variants look amazing, and they look quite a few friends driving in the parade. So I think watch this space with the Myers-Manx stuff, because how cool. I mean, London would be a bit rogue, but still to just as a little summer run around thing. They're just so fun. They're so cool. So that was pretty special. And then, as you say, a lot of the racing was pretty amazing.
Tassie was there, did you see?
Yeah. So a good old Over in the Rover was getting down there, getting some content. Lots of people were down there doing some cool stuff. So shame to have missed it, but nice to stay dry. And as I say, I was working on some other interesting bits, which you'll all see in days and weeks to come.
Lovely.
Anyway, should we get into our agony aunt section?
Yeah.
Let's do it, because that's what we said we would do this week.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive into last week's comments section and just live react. I don't know how many
abuse. Did we get any abuse last week?
Oh, we always get abuse, mate.
Really?
Yeah, always. I don't know how we
Keep doing it.
how many of these we'll do.
Okay.
But we will just roll through. So hold on a sec. I wanted to go like this. Do you ever go back and look at like older episodes, by the way?
No.
Some of them have like just gone wild.
What, through the roof?
Yeah, like
Why
views wise,
haven't they?
like stuff like I don't look back at that often. And I was like, oh my God, that video's flown. Okay, so let's get past some people slagging us off.
We must have said something interesting in that episode.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I have an interesting conundrum. This is lol meerkats 10.
What?
Get ready for this one, Tony.
I'm ready.
I'm about to turn 25, so my insurance for the most part is cheap. So now I'm looking to get into my first supercar / exotic.
Nice.
I currently have a C6 Corvette
Oh my God.
that I will use in part exchange. So with that included, my budget is around 40 to 50 grand. Could stretch up to 75 grand, but I'm trying to avoid financing. He's a
Okay.
cash buyer.
Is he UK, my boy?
I think so. He's talking about pounds and things like that. The
Okay.
key is my budget. It's obviously going to be a bit older. The key is with my budget, it's obviously going to be a bit older, so it needs to have the option of a good extended warranty I can get from the manufacturer. For example, currently looking at a later Gen 1 R8 V10, as Audi will comprehensively warrant that for 2K a year. I live near Tony, to give you an idea.
There we go.
McLaren's closest service centre for a warranty is with them in Ascot, as far as I can see, which would be annoying. I would not advise you to buy a 75 grand McLaren.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like
No.
I know you're saying like, oh, it's such a bore that McLaren is so far away. If you're saying your ideal budget is 40 to 50 grand and you could stretch up to 75 grand, do not consider a McLaren or a Ferrari.
No.
I'm just saying because
I agree.
parts running like...
Or
like,
a Lambo.
Or a Lambo.
Yeah.
You do not want a 50 grand Gallardo.
No.
They do exist.
They do exist.
So let's go a little bit more sensible. Because this is behind the glass, we got a shout out on M2, but yawn.
That's not a supercar though, is it?
Well, it's
Did he say
exotic-y.
Well, that's not really
Exotic-y.
exotic, is it? Is it? You know.
First supercar / exotic. Okay, fine. So let's go. Yeah, he's talking about R8. Let's go supercar.
R8's a good shout, mate.
R8's a fantastic shout.
Yeah.
The V10, like what a vibe.
Yeah. I know we bang on about it, but something Porsche.
But what's
It's not
that
exotic.
exciting about
It's not
it?
exotic.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You're going to struggle to get a GT3. You could get a Gen 1 GT4.
For 50 grand?
For, his top is 75.
For
He
65.
ideally wants to be 40 to 50.
Yeah.
So GT4, R8.
I'll tell you what, mate. You
Go
could
on.
buy a Gen 1 GT4, slap 15 or 20 grand in, and be £500 a month. How about that?
But he wants to avoid financing.
It at all costs, but if he had to, he would.
What else can we look at? What else is in that one?
I think
that's
R8's a
exotic?
good shout, honestly.
And
What
it's-
about a TVR?
You know what? Somebody told me the other day that TVRs are on the up.
Really?
Do you know why?
Because they keep getting crashed.
Nope. They're
on.
about to hit the 25 year in America. And everyone in America likes something a bit different and wacky.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
someone said keep an eye on TVRs, which I thought was an interesting shout.
What's Japanese that's Larry? Because
Well, I just said,
that'd
like,
be
but there's no NSXs in that price point, is there? Supra, but it's only exotic because you don't see many of them.
It's not, yeah. So we'd rather an M2.
You can get Merc stuff, but I think the German stuff's a bit too boring, don't you? Like the German, like the M and AMG and RS, I think is a bit too.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a new shape M4 for just over 50 grand, mate. You know,
Still not supercars. I think the criteria should be what's going to get you into the good parking at a supercar driver event.
R8. Just get the
I
R8.
agree.
I think that's the best one. Because if you get a good one, they have got some problems. But if you can get a good one that you can Audi warrant, it's a lot of car for
What
the money.
Aston Martins can you could get into a Gen 1 Vantage.
Yeah.
Gen 1 Vantage would be cool.
Yeah.
And then also, I'd be nervous on the Bentley, and I don't think it's supercar enough.
F-Type?
Not supercar enough.
No, it's almost too good.
Yeah, I think an Aston, an R. Yeah, that's going to be our shout.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to settle on, right? Those three cars. Okay, now going to the other end of the scale. C10 KJG. Got 150 grand budget. Current car is a 991.2 GT3. Looking for something newer that's as fun to drive but also more comfortable on UK roads. 3 options. Fun to drive as a GT3. But
I don't think they're that fun to drive, GT3s. Just very clinical and very fast and very good at what they do. But
I know the car, bro.
go on.
Ferrari 488.
I knew you was going to say
Yep.
that.
Ferrari 488.
Yeah.
What an absolute machine.
Yeah.
I mean, that is going to give you
How much money?
150.
Yeah. That is the car, actually, to be fair. You're right.
Hurricane.
Nope.
Well,
It's not fun, is it?
It is.
Is it?
Yeah,
Only because
'cause
of
it
the
goes,
engine noise. Yeah, because of the noise. But it all depends what sort of person you are.
And it's not going to be any more suited to the UK roads. 488 is
No.
supposed to get bumpy road mode.
Yeah.
It's got the ability to soften things off and be a bit of a cruiser.
Yeah, we love the
Roma.
488. Are they 1.5?
Easily as 130.
Yeah, fair.
Roma. There's 2 Ferraris in the mix.
You get warranty still?
McLaren. Could you get a 720S for
You
150?
get 600 LT.
Yeah, fair. And that
That's a
McLaren
good car.
suspension's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. But just bear in mind, obviously, McLaren, but, it's a good car. It's a bloody lot of car for the money, that. 720S as well is a lot of car for the money, but an early one will definitely break.
Yeah, I would steer clear of anything pre-2020 on a 720S.
Yeah, I don't think you get a 2020 car for that money.
No.
You get
What
new,
about...
You get new R8. But that's like
Not
boring.
from a GT3 to an R8. I think that's going to be a tough one, isn't it? And UK roads, it's tough because inherently anything which is GT3 good is not going to be that comfortable. You can't have super dynamic and super comfortable.
Yeah.
But you would be surprised at how good a Roma is. A 488, I think, is on most roads, a 488 is going to be as quick as a GT3 on most public roads.
Easily,
In
mate.
this country.
Easily.
720 easily, 600 LT easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go on, throw in a curveball.
I'm literally just trying to think of one as we're talking.
I'll give you one.
Go on.
Manual V12 Vantage S.
Not for
Old
me.
shape.
Not for me. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Of course you wouldn't.
It's not exotic, but Turbo S.
Well, yeah, if you literally want a same formula,
Yeah.
slightly different recipe, yeah, that's.
If you want to go point to point really fast, Turbo S is a good shot. But it's not exotic.
And I think you would constantly miss your GT3 engine.
You'd miss the engine, yeah. You wouldn't miss the speed.
Oh, hold on a sec. He said newer, so sorry, we've let. So yeah, you have to discount 48 and go Roma.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I'm bored of that one. I'm not bored, but like, the world's
We've run out of
like,
options.
well, there's almost too many things.
That 150 is a lot of cars, yeah.
There's a lot of cars. Robin Products. I'm thinking of a €20,000 budget, 4 seats, and a lot of doubts between Defender or something sporty. Speed is not the main focus. Fun is. And I live in Belgium, so an EU car. Robin, we're not going to be as familiar as EU values as we are UK. So some of our suggestions here you might not get them price-wise. But
20,000 quid 4-seater.
€20,000 4-seater. So I think you're looking at something of this ilk, right?
Yeah, you are.
C43, or if you go older, maybe like an old C55 estate. You know, like the old swoopy one from that's too old for you, isn't it?
You're way too old, mate.
But €20,000, mate, it's not going to get him that far.
No.
Values in Europe are high as.
Yeah.
Golf R estate, what are they?
In this country, you'd get a Golf R estate, yeah, for 20,000 quid.
So speed is not the main focus, but fun is. So it needs to be have a bit of personality. He said Defender is one of the cars.
Something hot hatch, mate.
But 4 seats in a hot hatch, like
What?
I think he wants proper 4 seats, not like squeeze them in 4 seats.
No, you get 4 people in a proper hot hatch, a 5-door hot hatch, like a Golf size. It's 5 people that it's a bit of a squeeze.
Yeah.
S3, good car
Yeah. That's
for that
fair.
money. Honda Civic Type R.
Oh, Larry. But he said not speed. Fun. I mean, that is
it's
fun.
not fun. It's not that fast. It just makes a noise.
What else has got kind of like
Quite a good shout.
personality? I always think-
Focus RS.
I think Mini Coopers are fun.
But they're a
I
bit
was like a
small inside. They
Yeah.
are like. Focus RS is a good shout. You'd probably get one of them for that.
Fair.
Bit of drift mode.
Keeping on the low end, GA Hollers.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever asked a question on the podcast. Oh, thank you, bro.
How dare you?
Yeah, ask more. What would you suggest for a sporty estate around the 15 to 18 grand mark in the UK? Been looking at Skoda Octavia VRS. Hells yeah.
Yeah, that's a good car.
Golf R estate, Seat Leon Cupra estate, and a couple more, but I'd love to
So
get
they're
your
all the same
thoughts.
car.
Yeah, literally the same car, just
Literally all
different
the same
bodies.
car. Yeah.
I love the Octavia VRS.
BMW estate, 330i estate.
Yeah,
something like
bloody
that.
hell, that's going to be
Yeah.
really good.
That'd be a good car.
What about Volvo? Could you get anything Volvo-y cool? A V70R? No,
Not
what's called the
sport-
750R?
No, not sporty, mate. They stopped all that ages ago.
The touring
didn't
car one, that's what I mean though. The old one that we looked at.
they? What, do they want an old one? What?
Doesn't say, but
Oh.
15 to 80 grand is a
Oh,
sporty
mate, don't-
estate car.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably 10 or 12 grand, aren't they?
Yeah, it's within his budget, 15 to 18.
Yeah,
It's
but
got a bit of
don't-
money to spend on it.
Don't
Tart it up.
cripple the man. I mean, the three that he mentioned are all the same car, but equally as good.
C43 estate. Not this one.
No, you
the
get-
old
that's nearly
boxy
30
one.
grand, that
the
one.
old boxy one.
Yeah, I know the one you
Love those, mate. What a
Yeah.
whip. 2004.
Oh, I
cars,
got one.
Go on.
S4 estate.
Oh,
That's a good car.
That's a great car. Manual? I think there is a manual, isn't
No,
it?
you get the
a
newer
new
shape one.
No way.
Yeah, I've got an 18
Of course, that's why you
plate.
included it.
No, it's a bit more than that. But what I'm saying is, if you bought a 17 plate car with some miles, you'd get 20 grand. Good car.
Okay, so on a sec. Let me see what else is coming in here. Sorry, just getting past all the people slagging us off for EV misinformation.
Again, we
I
know
don't believe it.
absolutely nothing about EVs, do we?
Now, this is all you. I cannot answer this in any way, but
Right.
Underwrapped 45 said, Hi, gents. 27 years old, living in northwest London. Looking for something fun to drive around town, but also road trip in Europe. Budget is 18 to 22k, preferably manual and ULEZ compliant. Not a clue.
Manual and ULEZ compliant. McGann. Larry McGann.
McGann RS.
Yeah. Or another Civic.
Oh, I mean, it's so your world. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 SUV-focused ones. I'm looking for the super SUV market. I'm tossing up between the idea of an X3M, Stelvio Quadrifoglio, F-Pace SVR, or GLC 63.
X3.
No, too hard. Ride is so firm in that X3M. Stelvio Quadrifoglio infotainment's crap. GLC 63 also really sporty and firm. So I'm going to have to say F-Pace SVR, even though I didn't fall in love with it.
I've got another one.
Go on.
McLaren GTS.
Oh, yeah, fair.
That's the one
40
to
to
have.
50 grand mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the one to have.
That's the one to have.
The best before, actually, like best all-rounder.
Yeah. It's the one you forgot.
Well, speaking on that, Shizzy P, 5770, 57, whatever, looking at replacing our 22 Macan S
Yeah.
with about 10k of extras and 15k miles.
Yeah.
Not sure how much we'd get.
Okay.
2022 Macan S, 10k of extras, 15k miles.
Trade is probably 35, 40 grand.
Must have 4 doors, not an SUV, but still have sporty aspect to it. RS4.
Really?
Yeah. If you're coming out of a Macan S and you don't want an SUV, but you want all the practicality, RS4. Literally, my old boss has got an RS4, and he's like, it's the best thing in the world. He came out of a Macan.
Did he?
And he's literally like, I've never been happier in my entire life.
Oh, fair enough.
And I just think it made so much sense.
Yeah, fair enough. Can you imagine when the M3 Tour is going to be 50 grand? It won't be long.
Bloody hell.
It'll be a good car for that.
Let's do one more. Scrolling. Okay, Joff Clark, you get our last agony aunt. Currently in the market for a comfortable mile cruncher, sub 40k. Looking at Audi A7, BMW 8 Series. Anything else you can think of adding to the mix?
An Audi A7. I mean, you have got to go German.
Yeah.
And the big German cars.
And the bigger, lairier the saloon, the more of a bargain you might get.
Absolutely, yeah. If you look at a 7 Series or an S-Class or an A8 or something, you'll get such a nice car for that money.
What did that lunatic Paul Wallace send me the other day? He was sending me something. Let's see. Here we go. 2020 740 Li 7 Series.
Yeah.
M Sport.
Yeah.
34.5 grand.
Yeah, it's very good.
38,000 miles.
4-year-old car.
I mean, and that will just munch miles.
Yeah.
You'll be uber comfortable.
All the tech.
People will think you're a chauffeur and probably try and get in the back of it like you're an Uber. But yeah, all the tech.
Yeah.
It will just waft along.
What? It's got to be a big saloon like that.
Well, he said he just wants a big mile muncher. I mean, if he's looking at an 8 Series or an A7, he just wants something big and wafty.
You know what are good value at that money? There's two actually. Q7 or an X5.
Interesting.
Yeah,
If
they'll
you're
do
happy
that.
to go the SUV route.
Yeah, they'll do mile munching.
Yeah.
You know, you get the 30 or the 40D or the Black Edition 50 TDI Q7.
Well, I've mentioned my cousin's got that X5. I think it's a 30-something. He does something ridiculous, like 15,000 miles a month.
Yeah.
He's an estate agent.
Wow.
He just churns miles. He's like, I just needed something that was practical. He's got 2 kids. He said, just churn miles.
Yeah. Wow.
He now wants to get an Alpino. I said, you're insane.
Yeah,
I
that's the
said,
plot.
literally, you lost all the
Yeah.
cash. I would say Panamera, but Tony, hate to say you told me so. Picked up the Panamera after it had that warranty job over the summer.
Yeah.
Dropped off the baby, who's now a fully grown adult, at nursery this morning.
Literally.
Bing, bing, 2 more warning lights.
Shame.
They literally disappear. Like,
yeah, I think it's battery related. They have a voltage drop every now and then. Them Panameras.
But so what do you mean? So like that literally is like a freak voltage drop corrects itself. Do I need a new battery? Is this going to keep happening?
No, it should be fine. You just need to use it, and then it will charge itself back up.
Because sometimes if I don't charge the hybrid system, I get like a low hybrid system battery. Like keep running for blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's a very complicated car. That car. And, I mean, as good as they are to drive, Panameras, they do have their problems, mate, and they always have done. By the way, long time.
I'm hoping it's just like a little glitchy thing. Like obviously I say like the whole thing over the summer was covered on warranty and I don't even understand exactly what they found or what they decided needed to be replaced, but it was all done and it was fine. I was away in America, so it didn't stress me out. But I didn't like that I got in the car and say it didn't stop me from driving, but I didn't like that I had 2 warning lights. So far, it hasn't impeded my driving at all.
Fair.
It's not like I've had like some disaster, but it's going to make me nervous and worried if it's going to keep bonging. And at that point, with my new Mercedes crush, I'm sitting here looking at old S-classes and thinking like, mate, I just love it. Do you know what? Have you seen that new S63 E-Performance? It's got like 900 horsepower.
Saloon.
Yeah. It's outrageous,
V8.
mate. Oh, my God.
Whatever it is.
The 4 litre with the
I'll have
hybrid.
your car on sale or return.
Would you?
Of course I would. Get you out of it, my old mate.
I don't know if I want to get out of it. I still really like it. Like, and it hasn't screwed me over yet.
Soon to be to sale, Gravelwood.
Maybe we just stick it up and I keep using it. What happens with that?
No.
You can't. If it's SOR, you need it here.
It's got to be here on site, mate. I can't sell a car.
Yeah, so I don't want to do that because I still really enjoy it. Like it's not done anything yet to like I'm not like, oh, I don't like the car. I still really like the car and it's still everything I wanted it to be in the massage seats and blah blah. Like, it's wonderful.
Yeah, fair.
But it's not going to be wonderful if it starts having like actual issues. At the moment, they're all glitches.
And it's under warranty for now.
Yeah. And that was the whole thing.
Just run it out for a bit and see how you go.
Well, the plan was always to have that car like 18 months because it's a 2-year warranty.
Yeah.
So that takes me to summer next year.
Yeah.
And anyway, well, let's wait and see. What's ahead? What else is going on? We are 10 days out from BTG Trial Tour.
Bloody hell, mate.
Are you ready?
About that.
Are you ready? You're bringing the M3 touring, right?
Yeah, I can't
Mr.
wait.
Practicality.
I haven't driven that car for a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually
longer
think,
than that. 6 weeks.
I think there'll be a couple of occasions where you're frustrated to be in that car.
No, I'm just going to waft, mate. I don't care, mate. I'm just going to literally just waft around. We're only doing
That's
a couple
what you
of
said
nice
last
roads.
time. Oh, that's what I said last time.
But I did do that last time. You sodded off. That's not, mate. I'm not interested.
No, and to be fair, this tour is more about the journey than what am I saying? More about the destination than the journey? Is that what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you have a good time. I'm taking the GT3.
I know you are.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. I wanted to get the wheels aligned before I left because it's pulling a bit to the left.
Oh.
Do you know anywhere good round here?
You probably hit a curb.
No, what?
Well, just take it to Porsche.
No, do you know how much they charge for a wheel alignment?
Tell me.
400 quid.
No, they don't.
340 plus.
£100 a side. Mm-hmm. Wait.
Insane, right? So not going there.
Get the car here, I'll sort it out for you,
No,
mate.
no. When you say things like that, it worries me so much. Just give it to me, mate.
Just give me the car.
He'll be all right. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
I might not get it done beforehand, but I think those tyres must be starting to approach the end of their life. So
they will, yeah.
Probably need to get them looked at as well. And I've got a lot to do before we
I
go.
want some Trofeos for my car.
Do you?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You want the new Trofeo RSs.
Can't have them. Not homologated.
Yeah, but that just means that a Porsche dealer can't fit them. You can still go and buy them, couldn't you? Just fit them yourself.
Yeah, but they only do the size for the
RS?
different size.
Really?
Not the same size. The bigger front and bigger back.
I guess that makes sense, but
yeah. But the Trofeos would be fine there because I don't chase lap times at the Nürburgring. I couldn't give a toss. But the Trofeos are all the Porsches there, they're all on Trofeos.
Interesting.
Mostly on Trofeos.
That's so funny because the Michelin's burn out too quickly or what?
The Cup 2s haven't got quite enough grip and the R's burn out too quickly.
This is a bit of a weird topic. So historically, right, I think it's been fair to say Michelin and Pirelli over the last 5 years have been the go-to choices for most performance cars. Are we right in that?
Yeah.
Especially, McLaren have a very close relationship with Pirelli. Porsche and Ferrari pretty close with Michelin at the top end, but they're sort of a mixture of the two. So the Dodici Cilindri on a special Goodyear, I think?
I was just about to say that Goodyear are coming.
The Lamborghini Temerario, I think, is on a special Bridgestone, I think.
Right, okay.
That seems to be, I don't know whether the competitors have gone like, right, we need to get in this mix, this isn't fair. Or I don't understand why that suddenly started to happen. There seems to be a bit of a diversion, a bit of these, historically, if cars turned up on like a Larry, Bridgestone or Goodyear, you're probably thinking, I'm going to go and stick on a Pirelli or a Michelin. Probably.
Well, if you remember, when our cars come out, they come on 3 different sets of tyres.
Yeah.
They come on a Goodyear, a Pirelli and a Michelin, depending on what they had in stock.
Goodyear. Was there not a Bridgestone in there as well? I like this van Continentals on the Boxster. They're doing some Larry bits as well.
Yeah.
I think I just want to check. I think the Temerario is on Bridgestones, especially.
Well, it would make sense. I think they come out on the STO.
Yeah, Bridgestone named exclusive tyre partner for the Lamborghini Temerario, bespoke Potenza Sport.
Weird, because that's always been Pirelli.
Yeah, they've been very close with Pirelli.
Always.
What's the Revuelto on?
Lorry tyres. I mean, have you seen them, mate?
Bridgestone as well. So Lamborghini
Gone Bridgestone.
have gone Bridgestone.
Wow.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Are they going to be so much money to them Revuelto tyres? I mean, they're so big.
Something going on with Revueltos, by the way.
No good?
Well, it's all gone a bit hush-hush. So it's very hard, as far as I'm aware, to get hold of a Revuelto from a media perspective at the moment. It's a bit of a, we're going to make this difficult.
Have you tried?
I've tried, but this is not me personally. I mean, speaking across the board.
Paul Wallace is the one who asked.
He has confirmed such.
Right.
I've spoken to about, I'd say 5 or 6 different media personalities, and they've all said, yep, nope, not happening.
They're
On
out.
top of that, I've spoken to 3 customers that have had broken cars. This is something.
This
something
new
in
tech,
there.
though, mate, it's probably not quite right. They're lining it out, though. They've got some money
yeah,
there
of
to go.
course.
They'll sort it out.
But there is something just bubbling under the surface with the Revueltos that they're just trying to iron out. And I think until they have, they're just keeping it a bit
Fair enough.
quiet.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which makes sense. But I find this new tyre war quite fascinating. You know, we haven't had a tyre war in F1 for a few years, but it feels like finally, Goodyear, Bridgestone, Continental, maybe like a few people are getting in the mix to try and bring these ultra performance tyres to the market. Well, it's just nice to have. Yeah, it's nice to have options, isn't it? And they all behave slightly differently.
Yeah,
so if you're out there on the ring, you can get in the mix.
Yeah.
But you on Chauffeurs. Yeah, well, I'll take another set of P0s for the GT3. They suit me absolutely perfectly. I think it's the CS that I'm going to look at sticking some tyres on.
Nice.
But aside from that, any other car bits going on pre our trip?
I'm really looking forward to our trip.
Yeah, it's going to be good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be mega, mate.
Get in the mix. We've got some wild cars coming.
I cannot believe the cars we got coming.
Gen 1 Gallardo Superleggera.
Yeah.
GT2 RS.
Yeah, I know.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi.
Renault Clio RS 200.
Some Ferraris.
Some Ferraris, some Porsches, some hot hatches.
The Clio is like,
There's an SUV.
Cannot wait.
The Clio, I know. The Clio I'm kind of most excited about.
I want to drive the Clio around the ring.
Yeah, he should be. I hope he's popping a, like 3-wheeling everywhere.
Yeah. And every time he changes gears, he goes,
Yeah. Proper lad.
Yeah.
Real nice variety of stuff. So we will be bringing you a podcast from that. But next week, we are doing a special celebration episode of 10 years of Seen Through Glass.
10 bloody
10 years of Seen Through Glass, which is actually quite outrageous.
Terrifying, mate.
It is terrifying. And so...
It's very good, though.
Well, is it?
Yes,
Or when it's hanging around like an old smell.
Kept social media going for 10 years.
10 years, huh?
Yeah.
So... Tony is going to take over hosting duties. Come at me hard with some hardcore questions.
Yeah.
And I thought what we'd do is basically roll through the video library.
Oh, mate.
And try and tell some stories and give away some behind the scenes facts and stats. And
we'll have some footage and stories that we won't remember.
I'm sure there'll be moments of us. I definitely want to get your first appearance on the channel up on camera. That would be hilarious.
Oh, that was terrible, mate.
That would be terrible. So that should be good fun. So yeah, make sure you're tuning in next week, audio and video platforms, to get a little throwback episode. 10
Looking
years
forward to
of
that.
Seen Through Glass. Yeah, lots to be excited about. In the meantime, if you want to follow Tony, he's at Tony Grovewood Car Sales on most social media platforms. I'm at Seen Through Glass, and this podcast is at Behind the Glass __ podcast. We will see you next week. Bye bye.
See ya.